A very warm good evening to the respected Chief Guest, Head of the Department, faculties, graduates, and their friends and family present here today. I, on behalf of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, IIT Madras, welcome you all to the 8th Departmental Degree Distribution Program as part of the 63rd Convocation. Now I request everyone to please rise for the invocation of Tamil Thai Valthu, followed by Vande Mataram and National Anthem.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிற் சிறந்த திராவிடன திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलां शस्यश्यामलां मातरं वन्दे मातरं शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी फुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् कोटि कोटि कंठ कल कल निनाद करले कोटि कोटि भुज धृत कर करवाले अबला के नुमाय तो बले बहुबलधारिणी नमामि तारिणीं रिपुदलवारिणी मातरं वन्दे मातरं तुमि विद्या तुमि मर्मा तुमि हृदय तुमि मर्मा त्वं हि प्राणाः शरीरे बहुते तुमि मा शक्ति हृदये तुमि मा भक्ति तुम्हारोई प्रतिमा गौरी मंदिरे मंदिरे वन्दे मातरं त्वं हि दुर्गा दश प्रहरणधारिणी कमला कमलदल विहारिणी वाणी विद्या दायिनी नमामि त्वां नमामि कमलाम् अमलाम् अतुलां सुजलां सुफलां मातरं वन्दे मातरं श्यामलां सरलां सुष्मितां भूषितां धरणीं भरणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम्. जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविण उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Now I request the head of the department, Professor Rajesh Kumar, to welcome or greet our chief guest, Swaminathan Gurumurthy. I now request head of the department, Professor Rajesh Kumar, to deliver the welcome address and present the department annual report.
May I request everyone to take their seats, please? या कुंदेन्दु तुषार हार धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदंड मंडितकरा या तुश्वेत पद्मासना. Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Swaminathan Gurumurthy ji, graduating students, colleagues, invited guests, parents, and all present on this auspicious occasion. It is my privilege to welcome you all to the 63rd Convocation of the Institute and the 8th Departmental Degree Distribution Program of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. These occasions help us reflect on the journey thus far and the larger goals ahead. It makes our resolution stronger for better tomorrow. Dear graduates, you came to this institution a few years ago. Today, you are ready to cross a milestone and move ahead. You must have gone through a range of events related to your curriculum, extracurricular or otherwise activities. These events, moments, and time ultimately shape your life experience. Some of you have spent 5 years of your life span here on this campus. Some of you have spent at least 2 years, and some maybe more. Every moment of your time that you have spent on this campus is going to make you who you become in the days ahead of your life. The underlying mathematical algorithm of life is never the total of numerical digits of our lifespan. It's often more and rarely less. Many things that you are going to undertake will reflect your time at IIT Madras campus. In other words, IIT Madras will remain part of you for your life forever. I have no doubts that you will cherish every moment of your time spent on this campus. You are going to receive your degrees after 5 years, 2 years, and maybe more of your work. But please remember, This is not the degree of your hard work alone. This degree is a responsibility that you are going to carry ahead. At the end of your formal journey at this institute, this morning, a lot of your friends went under oath in the presence of the institute director, who is also the chief academic and administrative officers, as well as the chairman of the IIT Madras Senate. You topped up your oath with a prayer to the Almighty in the form of a sloka from Taittiriya Upanishad. This year, we will be awarding degrees to 173 graduating students altogether, which includes 32 research scholars and 141 MA students. We are immensely pleased to have with us Sri Swaminathan Gurumurthy as our chief guest, who will be addressing the graduating students shortly. As a department, we are one of the constituent units of IIT Madras. We have 38 members on the faculty of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. We teach 75 plus courses every semester. All engineering graduates are required to take a minimum of 3 courses offered by our department as part of their curriculum to graduate. In addition to this, we have 3 MA programs in economics, English studies, and development studies. This year, we are adding another MA program in public policy to the list of our academic programs. IIT Madras continues to retain top honors among institutions of higher education in India. This premier technological institution has once again swept the top honors in NIRF ranking of the Ministry of Education, Government of India once again. We must continue our work to lead in teaching, research, consultancy, and project management, among other goals. During the last academic year, members of the department faculty and research scholars have published about 6 full-length books, 20 book chapters, and more than 45 research papers in journals of high impact. They have also presented more than 150 research papers in national and international conferences and have been nominated to various national and international advisory boards. To name some of them, Dr. Abhishek Paroi and Dr. Merin Semiraj have authored Memory Studies in India, Texts and Contexts, published by Brill in 2025. Joe Thomas Karakattu, edited with Justin Joseph and Ramanath Raghunathan, published an edited volume in Environmental Scrutinization in India and China with Palgrave Macmillan, Singapore. Uma Shankar Patra has authored Queer Autobibliography, Acts and Readings as Ways of Belonging as part of Routledge's autobiography series. The prestigious Knowledge Unleashed has selected this book among one of the 20 volumes selected globally in gender studies to be fully funded for open access. Swarnlata Rangarajan's translation of Life Giver, undertaken with her former scholar Srijit R. Verma, is scheduled to be published shortly in the Art Life series by Orient Black Swan. The book Leela Kumari Amma's memoir Jeevan Daini, The Life Giver, recounts the struggle against use of endosulfan pesticide in Kerala. A book chapter by Aisha Vishwamohan, performing First Lady, a representation of Jacqueline Kennedy on a screen, appears in Anne Marie Evans and Sarah Trott edited The First Lady, Contemporary Popular Cultures, published by Bloomsbury, UK. The department established several centers this year, among them are Sant Rajendra Singh Ji Maharaj Center for Advanced Research on Spirituality, Science and Society. It was inaugurated by Maharaj Ji himself in the presence of the Institute Director, Professor Veeranathan Kamakoti. Sant Rajendra Singh Ji Maharaj, being a spiritual leader, a renowned master of spirituality and meditation, trained his followers worldwide in the art of science of spirituality meditation. He is a distinguished alumnus of IIT Madras and has set up endowment for the Center for Advanced Research on Spirituality on the campus. The center aims to collaborate on research and outreach activities for the well-being of the students on and off campus by adding meditation in yoga as practice for balanced life. The Center for Indian Knowledge Systems is a multidisciplinary hub for research into India's scientific, technological, and cultural heritage. Faculty members associated with the center have published research and taught courses related to Indian knowledge systems. The center kicked off the academic year with Vachaspati IKS quiz, which saw enthusiastic participation from UG and PG students. Subsequently, the center was instrumental in designing and installing IKS corridors depicting Indian contribution to science in the Department of Metallurgy and Material Sciences and the Department of Mathematics. Faculty and students of the center were instrumental in launching the IKS Study Circle to discuss and disseminate various topics related to India's scientific, technological, and cultural heritage. The center helped organize the screening of the Sanskrit film Padma Gandhi, starring the center faculty Dr. Deepak Paramsivan. The center staff were also involved in organizing an event celebrating 250th anniversary of the music legend Sri Muthu Swami Dikshitar. The Anusandhan National Research Foundation, as a center for excellence, ANRF has funded a center for excellence, Sam Yoga, that is Center for Sanskrit, AI, Music and Yoga for a period of 5 years. Sam Yoga is envisioned as a multidisciplinary center for bringing India's classical knowledge systems into meaningful dialogue with contemporary artificial intelligence. The project treats Indian music, Sanskrit, yoga, Ayurveda, and embedded performance not merely as heritage domains, but as structured systems of knowledge that can be preserved, studied, taught, and responsibly executed through AI. Its purpose is to build a serious bridge between living traditions and advanced technology through high-quality cultural data, expert annotation, domain-specific models, digital pedagogy, and wellness-oriented applications. Dr. Deepak Paramsivan, along with team of colleagues from several academic departments, will be collaborating on this prestigious project. The Accessibility Research Center is a collaborative unit of department headed by Dr. Hemchandran Kara. It was inaugurated by the Honorable former Chief Justice of India, Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud. The 5-day symposium celebrated accessibility through interdisciplinary discussions, music, dance, theater, tactical storytelling, etc. as part of its inauguration. ARC and TLC IIT Madras organized 5-day faculty development program on accessible STEM education for grassroots beginners, educators, researchers, and technologists, policymakers in that field. Accessibility without boundaries webinar series covering inclusive education has made a huge impact in the area. The Accessibility Research Center, in collaboration with Tamil Nadu Science and Technology Center, organized Accessibility Science Corner training and orientation program promoting accessibility awareness and inclusive practices through capacity building and outreach. The IIT Madras Rotary Center for Social Development serves as multidisciplinary knowledge and policy research hub dedicated to advancing sustainable development and social well-being through research, capacity building, and community engagement. Aligned with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, the center integrates expertise from technology, science, economics, and social sciences to generate evidence-based policy insights, develop SDG database and decision support dashboards, design community development projects, offer training and certificate programs, support student internship, evaluate government initiatives, and foster collaborations with Rotary, industry, government agencies, and international academic institutions. The center is also engaged in projects related to universal newborn hearing screening and is collaborating with academic experts to develop foundational courses on climate and ecology for stakeholders. The Center for Tribal Studies is in the process of being established. This center aims to study India's rich tribal heritage and societies through multimodal and multidisciplinary approaches. The Language and Cognition Laboratory came into existence last year, carrying out focused academic work and create intellectual exchange with human mind and machine. The department students organized the first ever alumni meet in collaboration with the Office of the Dean of Alumni and Corporate Relations. Several former students joined the meeting and came to see the place they left several years ago. Two of the former doctoral students of the department, Professor G. Srinivasan and Professor V.R. Muralidharan, who served the institute as member of faculty, sent touching messages. Professor V.R. Muralidharan from our department is available in the audience in person and teaches courses for a student, continues teaching courses for students in the department. The members of the faculty also organized several other academic events. Dr. Abhishek Paroi and Dr. Marin Semiras organized annual Memory Studies Conference of the International Network of Memory Studies in October 2025 on the theme of memory narrative design and strategies for preservation. They also organized the Indian International Network of Memory Studies Foundation Day on the 16th of June 2026. Dr. Anandita Sahu arranged an R&D talk by Dr. Nivedita Mani on Little Scientists, Social Apparentices, How Parent-Child Interactions Shape Early Development in the April 2026. Besides, she organized a week-long short course on Bridging Ethical Framework, a comparative study of AI-driven behavioral public policy between Western and Indian philosophical tradition by Dr. Stefano Calboli in June 2026. I would like to underline a few highlights of the distinctions and achievements and awards of the faculty very quickly. Dr. Aisha Vishwamohan has been nominated as a member of External Review Committee for the School of Humanities and Social Sciences at IIT Mandi, as a member of Board of Studies to Welltech Chennai, and as a Senate member to NIT Bhopal. She has also been presented the honor of Professor Mangal Sundar NPTEL Chair Professor for her outstanding contribution to digital education for the masses in the country. Dr. Swarnlata Rangarajan has been nominated as a Senate member of the University of Madras for 2025. She has also been a member of the Research Advisory Board Council for Manipal University for 2026. Dr. Swanlata Rangarajan is also serving as a co-PI for DST SRI project beginning in which began in 2025 under the Science and Heritage Program of DST. Dr. Joe Thomas Karakattu was invited for film screening and invited talks for those 4 years in Tsinghua University, Beijing, and Beijing Foreign Studies University, and in the country at IIT Bombay, BITS Pilani Mumbai campuses, and 7 other Chennai campus. Dr. Abhishek Parvi has received the Partnership Collaboration Award of IIT Madras and University of St. Andrews for a project on digital cultural heritage along with Catherine O'Leary. Dr. Santosh Kumar Sahu has been nominated as a Fellow of the Initiative for Sustainable Energy Policy, United States of America, International Society of Development and Sustainability, Japan, and the Policy Edge in India. The recent research by Dr. Santosh Kumar Sahu on social, ecological, and economic valuation of artificial reef-driven restoration of Van Island was published as a technical report by the Environment, Forest, and Climatic Change Department of the Government of Tamil Nadu and was officially released during Climate Summit 4 held in Chennai in February 2026. Dr. Sahu's work on the Restored Island Ecosystem Valuation Framework received the gold medal in the Research Excellence Challenge category at the National Climate Innovation Challenge 2026 held on World Environment Day at IIT Kharagpur. This was carried out jointly with Dr. Aman Srivastava, Professor J.K. Peterson Edwards, and Professor Sanyasi Raj of Ocean Engineering Department of IIT Madras. Last but not the least, Dr. Hemchandran Kara won the prestigious Helen Keller Award 2026 for his contribution to accessibility and inclusive education. During the academic year 25-26, the department received a few sponsored research projects as well as 24 consultancy projects worth rupees 10 crores at present. The department is handling a total of 30 projects in both sponsored and consultancy category. Several of our students from the department went on semester exchange to foreign university and institutions. In July-November 2025, Akila and Sohalika went to Achen University and Suravi went to University of North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to recount, but to conclude, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Institute Director, Professor Veeranathan Kamakoti, for his encouragement and guidance, as well as to the Deans and Chairpersons of the Centers of Outreach and Digital Education, the Placement Cell Chairman of Council of Wardens and Engineering Unit for their unwavering support throughout the academic year and during this event. My heartfelt thanks go to all my department colleagues for their participation in the success of this event and all other events that we keep organizing throughout the semester. My sincere and special appreciation goes to Mrs. V. Sita Lakshmi, Mrs. J. Tamil Arasi, Mrs. Revati, Mr. M. Manikandan, and Ms. Ashwini, Mr. Albarasu, Mr. Sanjay Kumar, and Mr. Vijay. They deserve a special mention for their administrative and technical support in running the department round the clock. I extend our sincere thanks and gratitude to our chief guest, Sri Swaminathan Gurumurthy, for gracing this occasion. Sincere thanks also go to Lakshmi, Asvita, Advaita, Meenakshi, Deepika for helping put this program together. Once again, I congratulate all the graduating students today and wish them happy professional success and fulfillment in their lives ahead. I am confident that they will contribute significantly to the nation building endeavors. This may be the end of your journey today, but you belong to this department forever, and this department will remain available to you whenever you need anything from us. May God bless you. Jai Hind. Now, allow me the privilege of introducing our chief guest before inviting him to deliver his address and a message to you. Sri Swaminathan Gurumurthy is a chartered accountant and a corporate and legal advisor of high standing. Having qualified in the intermediate and final examination of chartered accountancy in 1972 with All India ranking in both examinations, he has been in practice for the last 42 years. Sri Gurumurthy has been an advisor to many corporates on law and finance as well as macroeconomic issues affecting corporates. As a professional, he has mediated and solved some of the most complex corporate issues. Besides being a professional advisor, he has also been a keen academician. He has been a visiting professor at IIT Bombay on Indian models of economy, business, finance, and management. He is presently the distinguished professor of legal anthropology at Sastra University in Tanjore. Being a keen thinker on geopolitical and strategic issues, he is the vice chairman of the well-known strategic think tank in Delhi, the Vivekananda International Foundation. Drawing from his advisory roles, Sri Gurumurthy began studying the impact of globalization on economic and political, cultural habituated to command economy. From 1993, Sri Gurumurthy and his team of volunteers that include economists, chartered accountants, and social workers have been working with industrial clusters. It took them several years of study to travel over 40 important industrial clusters of Ludhiana, Batala, Amritsar, Rajkot, Surat, Barodara, Morbi in the north and west to the Tripur, Namakkal, Karur, Sivakasi, and Tuticorin in the south. This study included the leather cluster in Agra and Kanpur, dominated by Dalits. These industrial clusters, which include the artisan clusters numbering over 10,000, constituted the backbone of over 50% of Indian economy and 60% of manufacturing and exports. This empirical study uncovered 4 specific aspects of non-corporate economy about which very little was known until then. 1, there is an intense relation between caste and entrepreneurship. 2, this resulted in communitarian competition which led to entrepreneurship. 3, the caste mobilized and circulated capital and shared information within. 4, the property built by caste in clusters was shared with other castes intensely, as evident from several of the clusters. The study revealed
that India was too complex and too vast and too diverse a country for one common policy of any kind. Many of his findings of the study were later supported by the World Bank in its World Development Report. The study team led by Sri Gurumurthy identified relations, dominated growth and development of entrepreneurship and businesses. The study zeroed in on social capital and the major point of development, an idea which later founded expression in the writings of Francis Fukuyama in his famous book, Trust. The study also revealed the role of traditional family and the role of women in saving and funding family-driven entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Sri Swaminathan Gurumurthy for his address to the graduating students of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Namaskarams to all. You know, when you are introduced in such a flowery language, the bar is set, you have to cross the bar for me to meet the expectations. So, Professor Rajesh Kumar has set the challenge for me. But I have not come here as a speaker. I have come here to share my experiences. I considered the society as the open air university. Of course, I had certain credentials as a chartered accountant. Even at a very early age, I achieved a certain level of performance, which at that age many people cannot achieve, and that I cannot say is because of me. That's also because of the opportunities I got. My life is a series of coherent accidents, and that's how I would put what makes me stand before you, and my credentials will have to be looked at in that sense. I first congratulate all of you because you have now got your degree, which is your address. This is a very important address for everybody in life. And more important, you are from IIT. Even more important, you are from IIT Chennai. This is very important. Even more important, according to me, is that you are from the Department of Social Sciences, which has some kind of helicopter view. Every other department has a limited knowledge, specialization. But this understands the behavioral characteristics of people, society, segments, and the relationship between different actors in human life. And so I am biased towards social sciences. This is one of the areas through which I understand even modern science. Of course, Deepak knows because I constantly trouble him and bore him with my thoughts. So I would like to share with you my thoughts because I consider that you are the window of India to the world. And you are the window through which the world will see India. This is the most important element, characteristics of IIT education, because IITs have come to occupy a brand for in the Indian context. The world looks at India through IIT men and women. And you are all living in a fortunate situation of rising India. Today it's a confident India. Today it is an India where you go abroad and you are received and you are respected. But we all lived through an India, a debranded India, a demeaned India. And I will tell you my experience when I was one of the topmost consultants in India. And not only in one field, I had a diverse experience in the sense of management, finance, capital market, law, accounts. In fact, I had a multi-dimensional experience because of the challenges that were being posed by the economic and political system at that time. And so, I was invited abroad by generally the non-resident Indian industrialists because they were very enamored of my reputation here. So, I was invited by one of the most important industrialists in England, Swaraj Pal. And I went there and I was so happy I handed my passport at the immigration. He said, "Why have you come here for?" I said, "I have come because a client of mine has invited me. Many people come like this. When are you going back?" I said, "I'm going back tomorrow evening." "What is the guarantee you will go back?" "Sir, I have a British Airways return business class ticket. Many people come with the ticket, but they don't go back." I was so upset. I asked him, "What is so great in your country that I will leave everything, my profession, my house, my relationship, everything that I consider as something most important in my life, I will leave and stay in this country. What is that great thing in your country which you are thinking which will make me stay here?" He was shocked. Then I told him, "You please prepone my ticket to today evening. I will not step into your country." He was shocked. Then he went and consulted somebody, his superior, and he came. I said, "He has demeaned my country. I don't want to enter this country." It was 1992. Then they all had a consultation. They said, "Sorry, we are very sorry, sir." "No, I want a written apology." Then we settled for an oral apology. My client was standing there to receive me. He was one of the richest persons in England. That never mattered. India was a demeaned country, debranded country, disliked country. This is how we had built the reputation of India. And from there, you are now in a very paradigm shift. You are now an India where IITs, IIMs, the universities of India had produced such great children who have gone and shown their competence. And the Indian people have sustained a democracy, a civilizational democracy like which nowhere you see in the world. And it is regarded as one of the most stable social democracies. And it is not an individual democracy. It is not something which is decided on votes of any particular individual. There are groups voting, there are castes voting, there are religions voting, there are languages voting. This kind of multiplicity, this diversity which you see in India, if you put India on the one side and the rest of the world on the other, you see more diversity in India than the rest of the world put together. How does this democracy functions? No one has even asked this question. No one has tried to understand this question. And I think the IIT Social Sciences Department must compare the literature that has evolved over a period from the time of the Vedas, how we had a model of consultation. How many people know that when Rama was chosen by Dasharatha as the king, he called the entire Sabha in which there were barbers, there were masons, there were washermen, there were sweepers. All of them were there. And Dasharatha says, "Rama is my choice. But that doesn't mean he needs to be your choice. You please tell me whether my choice is correct or not." This is the tradition. This is in Valmiki Ramayana. We don't know anything about India, and we compare ourselves with the what we call as the liberal democracies, and then we are said this is an illiberal democracy, and we demean ourselves, and we allow others to demean ourselves because we have no understanding about what India is, and that is what I am going to tell you today, because this is not something which you will learn in the departments here, on the books here, on the lectures here, or in the media here. You have to travel across the country. This is what two great men did. You know, they are the people who build the brand of India. They are the confident people who build a confident India. At a time when India lacked confidence, it had no name worth for somebody to go and say, "He is an Indian." And I will first take Swami Vivekananda. You know, we all know Swami Vivekananda delivered a beautiful speech in Chicago on the 11th of September 1893. But do we know how did he reach there? What are the problems he faced? You see, there are two circumstances in which you have to set Swami Vivekananda. and how he built the brand of India at a time when India had no brand. Unless you see that, you will only quote Swami Vivekananda as someone, his output would only be shown, but the challenges that he faced, the nation faced, our civilization faced, our people faced, our economy faced, unless you integrate it into the personality of Swami Vivekananda, you will not know how we as Indians should react, because this is not one world, one family, one village is all gone. Today everybody is fighting for their own space. Everybody using their intelligence, their competence, their resources, their technology, their army, their advancement, their lead against everybody. So we are living in a very different world. In just 30 years, the world has turned upside down. You are facing this world. We have faced a different world. We have faced different challenges. Unless you, the competent future of India, are exposed to what happened in the past, how our great men faced those challenges. And the first person I will say is Swami Vivekananda. You know, when he set out to travel for 5 years, he went on foot as a parivrajaka. Parivrajaka means he will go and beg for food. Wherever he will get food, he will eat. Wherever he has a place, he will sleep. 5 years he traveled throughout India, in the north, and he came down to Kanyakumari. In this 5-year period, there were great famines in which 12.9 million people died. Go back to that, don't laugh. Please listen to me. You called me to speak, and I have come here to speak because I am a very serious person. I look at you as serious people to think not only for yourselves, but also for the people of India, our nation, our economy, our polity. So you must all be serious to listen when somebody is saying some serious things. Otherwise, I should not be called here. So please listen, because I have come here to say something serious, because my time is as precious as your time, and perhaps more precious. Okay? Please listen. And wherever he went, there was hunger. And he was begging. People didn't have food. Then only he devised the view that religion cannot exist where there is hunger. That directed his whole philosophy. That directed his whole understanding of the Indian society. That directed his whole discourse in America. And that is the first point we have to make. The second point is, from here it goes, he travels from 1888 to 1893 May, and then set out to travel to America. Part 1. Part 2. Have you heard of Rudyard Kipling? Anyone? Have you heard of a poem called The White Man's Burden? Can one person raise the hand? Rudyard Kipling was an Indian, half Indian. He was an Anglo-Indian. He was born in Bombay. He wrote a poem in 1888 when America conquered Philippines in the Spanish War, in American-Spanish War. So the question in America was whether they should take over Philippines and rule Philippines. At that time, Rudyard Kipling wrote a poem sitting in Bombay. It is the burden of the white men who are civilized to correct the uncivilized people of Asia. You have to now take over Philippines. This is the poem he wrote sitting in Bombay. Because this matter was being discussed on the 1st of February 1889, the New York Sun publishes his poem. The next day, the New York Times publishes his poem. This is happening on the 1st to 4th February. On the 7th February, his poem is quoted in the Senate. And the discussion is, you see, he is in that sad society, rotten society, backward society, uncivilized society. He is saying it is our responsibility to correct that, civilize them. And he says, the senator argues that we must conquer and rule Philippines. That is how Philippines was taken over by America. White man's burden. We were regarded as underdeveloped. It is in this background Swami Vivekananda goes there. And how does he go? When he goes there, the conference is in September. He reaches in May and he finds Chicago costly. He cannot live there. And so he takes an overnight train and comes to Boston, because Boston is a little cheaper. And in Boston, he doesn't know what to do. He accidentally meets a lady in park. The lady was attracted by the spiritual dimension of this person and asked him, "Who are you?" Then he says, "I have come for a conference. And I don't know, because I have to stay here for the next 3-4 months. Then she said, "You don't worry." And then she took him to a professor. The professor was John Henry Wright. John Henry Wright and Swami Vivekananda had a 4-hour discussion. Swami Vivekananda said, "I have come here for the conference, but I don't have an invitation." He doesn't have a visiting card. There are people who belong to this sect or that sect, this Buddhist society or that Buddhist society. Swami Vivekananda was a wanderer. He didn't have an address. He didn't have a letterhead. So he told John Wright that I have no credential. After 4 hours of discussion, you know what John Wright said? John Wright said, "To ask you, Swami, for credentials is to ask the sun to state its credentials to shine." That was his impact in 4 hours. Because Swamiji talked about science, about politics, about history, about sociology. Because knowledge is not divisible into silos. Silos limit knowledge. Specialization limits knowledge. Knowledge is something higher. Today science is going to the extent of seeing matter in mind. No division between matter and mind. The Newtonian science is not the truth. It is a fact. It is not the truth, because we see it as a fact. Truth is behind the fact. So Swamiji was laying down the entire campus of the Indian philosophy, its approach from where? He is seeing only hunger, he is seeing only poverty, he is seeing only suffering. From there he goes and talks about the greatness of our philosophy, our country, our past, our history, our society, our great men. Then Professor Wright says, "I will give you the introduction." You know what introduction he writes? He writes an introduction to the selection committee. You don't look at this man as an individual. See what I am quoting. Here is a man who is more learned than all learned professors of Harvard put together. You know this? Do we know this? We know nothing about India. We have heard of Vivekananda. And the man goes with such sufferings of people. And a person like us, when we go there, how great that country is, how worthless my country is, this is how we will think. But he thought of the reverse. He thought that we have come here to convey something. And Professor Wright accepts it. And then he goes, the story doesn't end there. When Swami Vivekananda reaches Chicago, he finds he has lost the address of the selection committee. And he sleeps in a van, open van. And a lady comes, she looks at him from a window. And again, she was enamored by his look. He comes and asks him, "What is it?" Then he says, "This is my fate. I have got this letter." And on that basis, she takes him, and that is how he delivers a lecture. You know what is that lecture? You must see that lecture in this light. I am going to quote to you. He spoke for just 2.5 minutes. The 2.5 minutes shattered the entire audience. I am going to quote to you what the Americans have written. First, I will quote what Swami Vivekananda spoke. I thank you in the name of the most ancient order of monks in the world. I thank you in the name of Mother of Religions. I thank you in the name of millions and millions of Hindu people of all castes and sects. I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance, because everybody was talking about religious tolerance. Swamiji said tolerance is a limited virtue. Tolerance means I am right, you are wrong. I am good, you are bad, but still I tolerate you. Our philosophy is not like that. He said we accept all religions as true. I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. We believe not only in universal tolerance, but we accept all religions as true. Something which shook them. I am proud to belong to a nation which sheltered and persecuted and the refugees of all religions, of all nations of earth. I am proud to tell you that we have gathered in our bosom the purest remnants of Israelites who came to southern India and took refuge with us the very year in which their temple was shattered to pieces by Roman tyranny. And I am proud to belong to the religion which has sheltered and still fostering the remnants of grand Zoroastrian nations. Parsis don't exist in Persia. They exist in India. They not only exist in India, they are the top industrialists, top lawyers, top professionals. Do we see it that way? Then he says, sectarianism, bigotry, and its terrible descendant, fanaticism, have long possessed this beautiful earth. They have filled the earth with violence, drenched it often and often with human blood, destroyed civilizations. He is only talking about them, and sent the whole nations to despair. Had it not been for these terrible demons, human society would be far more advanced than it is today. And now I am going to tell you how Americans recorded this. J.V. Nash, 30 years after Swami Vivekananda's demise, he recaptures in the Open Court magazine, and I am quoting him. Coming to Chicago without credentials, representing no particular religious group, never having made a public address, he has never spoken to an audience, and without even a prepared speech, he took the parliament by storm. When he was introduced, he looked upon a yawning audience which has sat through a day and day of manuscript reading. He hesitated, nervously, obviously. Then a sudden access to power and eloquence came upon him, and he began to speak. As by an electric shock, the assembly began galvanizing into eager attention. After saluting the audience as brothers and sisters of America, he waited for 2 minutes until the applause subsided, and then he began. He was allotted 5 minutes. He lost 2 minutes in the applause. Before a dozen words left his lips, the great hall was shaking with storms of applause, as if in a political convention. And when his brief extemporaneous address was concluded, everyone was asking, who is this brilliant, eloquent, magnetic young Hindu, the Swami Vivekananda? Probably never in any similar gathering did so short a speech created so profound an impact. It consists of just 6 short paragraphs. The Open Court previous magazine, 1925. This is being written in 1933. I made this religious genius the subject of a special article. It is titled The Message and the Influence of Vivekananda, and to it must refer to those who wish to a more extensive part which played in the parliament of religion. This is a rotten country, the country of hunger, illiterate country, divided country, caste-oriented country, religious rivalry. This is the image of India. But I tell you what the organizers of World Religious Conference said. This is important. As the parliament concluded, many felt the universalist vision should be sustained. One of the Unitarian means Christian church, conveners suggested that the representatives of the world traditions convene again in 1900 on the banks of the Ganges in the ancient city of Benares. How much courage the man must have had, the confidence he must have had to see the rise of India when there was nothing, when everything was gone, when 1.3 crore people died in 10 years in hunger. These are people who sustained India. They built the confidence of India. They built the brand of India. That is how it started. Then I will come to Mahatma Gandhi, a person who lived closer to our time, closer to the challenges that we face. You know, Mahatma Gandhi went to England in 1931. Before that, you must know how Mahatma Gandhi learned, because Swami Vivekananda and Mahatma Gandhi gave me the idea of touring across the country. 7 years I traveled across the country, shut down my profession. I completely cast aside my regular reading. I completely shut my academic work. I am one of the most voracious readers. I thought I must study this society, because Swami Vivekananda studied the society. And when Mahatma Gandhi came to India in 1915, he met Gokhale. Gokhale said, the India which you left is not the India to which you have come. You must travel this country for 1 year in third-class rail compartments. Then only you move with people, talk to people, understand people. Mahatma Gandhi travels across and he comes to Madurai and he sees a farmer who is half naked. He has nothing to cover the top. He felt this man is India. Then he changes his dress completely. And Mahatma Gandhi in coat and suit could never have conquered India. He connected, his dress itself was communication. And he connected to the soul of India, to the people of India, the masses of India. Democratized the Congress, which is only a petitioning institution of intellectuals. He transformed it into a mass movement. And in 1931, the British invited him to the Round Table Conference. When he went to the Round Table Conference in the same dress, he didn't wear, because I am going to England, I have to wear a different dress. When he went there, you know what he was told? Churchill said, this half-naked fakir is now walking up to see the emperor. How unfortunate our country is. And he was trivializing Gandhi. And then Gandhi goes to the second Round Table Conference, where he is invited by the king. And there is dress stipulation. They said for morning, breakfast, you are to come like this with coats. So Mahatma Gandhi said, I will come only like this. If you want me, I will come, otherwise I won't come. The foreign minister of England pleaded with the king that this man is so important. To deal with India, you have to deal with him. Please tolerate him. When Mahatma Gandhi went there, it's a beautiful, in fact, I feel like reading it out again, because these are all not things which you read. These are not things which in media publishes. This is not the thing of public discourse in India, because these open facts are held secret in our education system, in our public discourse by our media. What should be shaping our character, our feelings, our sentiments, our respect for the country are all suppressed. Now I am going to read out to you what because these two important things which I don't want to. Now, it's this simple clothing called khadi, hand spun, his legs open. When Churchill mocked at his look, Everybody, working people in Britain, loved Gandhiji's humility and connected to regular folks. The Royal Tea Party, the next roundtable conference in England, Gandhi was invited to tea with George V and Queen Mary. The place strictly required guests to wear formal morning dress, stripped trousers and morning coats. Gandhiji refused to change, entering the palace in his standard hand-spun khadi loin cloth, a loosely draped shawl and basic sandals. When asked if he felt adequately dressed, mark the words, if he felt adequately dressed to meet King George V at the Buckingham Palace, see how the man replies. Mahatma Gandhi famously replied, the king was wearing enough clothes for both of us. That's the man. See the confidence. From a country which is slavish, from a country to a country which is the master. And that is how he projected his own. And then the improperly dressed Gandhi he didn't want to see, but he pleaded. And then he asked this question, I don't want you to revolt against me. Everybody thinks Mahatma Gandhi will respond violently. Gandhi said, this is not the occasion when you have invited me for a dinner for me to discuss politics. This is how people struggle to build India. India's confidence, its culture, its value systems. And I will go to a foreign example. In Yugoslavia, I know how many of you are familiar with 1990s. 1990 shaped my entire understanding about the world, about economics, about sociology, about finance, about monetary system. I am going to talk about the monetary system which evolved at that time. You know, Yugoslavia was one of the communist countries or socialist countries which had collapsed, like Russia. Russia went to IMF, and the same problem was there in Yugoslavia. Their currency had collapsed. I will read out the inflation figures. You will be amazed at the inflation figures which were going on at that time. The inflation rate was, hourly prices were rising at 2%. Daily rate 62 to 65. Price doubling every 34 hours. Annualized level, extrapolated out, the annualized inflation rate reached a mind-boggling 116 trillion%. That's the inflation. So, at that time, Yugoslavia was facing civil war. Milosevic was a great patriot. He was fighting to keep Yugoslavia united. No money. The entire world was against him. Europe was against him. America was against him. United Nations was against him. There were sanctions, but the man was fighting. So he asked Dragoslav Avromic, a 90-year-old economist. He was in Switzerland at that time. Dragoslav, what should I do now? Do I surrender? He said, don't surrender. And he said, create their currency name was a dinar. He said, develop a second currency called super dinar and link it to the foreign exchange reserves you have and make it convertible. People will develop confidence in that country, confidence in the country, confidence in the economy, confidence in you. They will develop self-confidence. Then when they announced it, you know what was the overnight, the inflation became zero. And the foreign exchange, everybody thought foreign exchange would fly out of Yugoslavia. Foreign exchange reserves increased by 45%. These are people who build nations' confidence. Be it in spiritual field, be it in your politics, be it in economics. It is building national confidence that matters. National confidence transforms into national brand. You go outside India, you are not an IIT student or a scholar, you are an Indian IIT student. When I went to England or America, I was one of the topmost consultants in India. I was always governed by the idea of being an Indian consultant. India is either my limitation or it is my ladder. Build an India which will be a ladder. You have got a great opportunity. You have got to psychologically shift yourself. There are 100 things to feel that our country could be better. But there are also 100 things to feel your country is better than our country. Build that confidence. You are going to be the window of India to the world, and of the world to India. Use this opportunity not just to promote your career, to promote your interest, to promote your selfish life. Everybody does it. But you have to do something more because you have got an opportunity. As I told the IIT management students when I was asked to address them because I delivered a lecture like this, the entire IIT assembled and said, "Sir, you have to take a course for us because this is not what we are taught in our institution." In fact, it is all in the television video. One Bihar student said, "What is the use of keeping all these buildings if they don't teach us all that you have said?" Then I was asked to be a visiting faculty for 4 years. Of course, I could not continue later. I loved it. In fact, the first thing I told the management students, SJOM management student, is not to attend campus interviews. Set up your own profession. Set up your own business. I was so happy in 2019 when I went to Indore. 2 young men came and touched my feet. Deepak was one of the students in that from 2011 onwards, and they touched my feet and said, "Sir, we had a small family business. We thought of going abroad, but after we listened to you, we decided to build that business. Now we are employing 1,200 people and our turnover is 1,500 crores. They are the builders of India." Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I sincerely thank you on behalf of all my colleagues in the department for your insightful address and words of wisdom. Dear graduates, now we are going to announce the names. We are going to begin with the award winners first. And first we invite come in sequence to receive your award from the chief guest. After that, we will begin the degree. Arya Jayant Dao. She gets Institute Merit Prize for the student with the best academic record in the integrated MA program. Also, the student with the best academic record in the integrated Masters of Development Studies, and Sri M.N. Ramchandran and Srimati Gauri Appadurai Ramchandran Prize for the student with the best academic record over the first 2 periods in the integrated Master's Degree of Arts program. Next, I invite Garima Sane. She receives the Institute Merit Prize for the student with the best academic record in the integrated MA program in English Studies. Next, Vishakha Thakur. She receives the Institute Merit Prize for the student with the best academic performance in the MA program for 2 years in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. And also she receives Institute Merit Prize for the student with the best academic performance in economics. Next, Uttara Raji, Institute Merit Prize for the student with the best academic performance in MA program for 2 years in English Studies. Next, Ansira KK for the Institute Merit Prize for the student with the best academic performance in 2 years MA in Development Studies. Thank you. Now I invite Arya and Uttara in that order to say a few words of acceptance and their experience. Arya first and followed by Uttara.
Who probably contributed to our degrees as much as we did, and all the professors who saw us through our 5 years here, and of course all of my friends. So when I was thinking about what to speak, genuinely like my mind was very clouded with all the memories that we made here. And what really struck me was that it was the people, right? The people I walked these department corridors with, I shared my hostel rooms with, the people I learned from, as well as the connections. Sounds a bit cliche, but some cliches are genuine. And I have seen how, like we were the batch that started out in 2021. We were stuck to our screens. We were functioning through WhatsApp groups, etc. And now we are getting our degrees here after 5 years, right? And I've seen how all of us have changed, and so has the world around us. I mean, I think we're still trying to figure it all out, but all of us found our niche here. I think some of us found it in the research papers in academia, some of us found it in the politics on campus, some of us found it in PORs, some of us found it in extracurriculars, but I think everyone found a space that they did not know anything about, and they just like claimed it carefully, cautiously, to the point that I think when all of us are graduating, it is a major marker of our identity. And I think as someone who, like observed the process, I think it was very wholesome and beautiful to look at how all of us evolved over these 5 years. Apart from that, I think what really, again, like I think about is why this degree or like this discipline particularly resonated with me. And I think it connects to whatever I said earlier. It was majorly because it was never about just learning, right? It was about understanding a particular way of life. As people, who claim to be the keepers of what really makes us human, I think all of us have learned and grown a lot, evolved a lot. So I don't really want to extend this a lot more because we're waiting to get our degrees. But just leaving you all with just one more thought that really resonates with me from one of my favorite movies. And it is that अगर कोई चीज़ हम शिद्दत से चाहे तो पूरी कायनात भी हमें उसे मिलाने की साजिश करती है. And if we are like not close to that yet, then it is not the end. The picture is like still left. Picture abhi baki hai. And there's a big, big picture, I think, waiting for all of us ahead. So all the best. I hope you all achieve whatever you wish to. And most of all, please, please stay happy. Have a very content life ahead. Thank you.
respected chief guest, head of the department, dear professors, parents, and my dear friends. When I stand here, there is a surge or flood of names in the head. Whom should I thank? Maybe I will start with my parents, for whom those 4 or 5 letter word is not enough. They led a gypsy-like existence only for me. Wherever I go, they packed their stuff and they came with me, even in Chennai, completely rooting themselves out of a space that is so close to their heart. It is the same scene from my kindergarten to the post-graduation. So I thank them, my parents. Along with that, someone who sowed the dream of IIT in my mind as one of my professors from the undergrad. His name is Dr. Rakesh Ramamurthy, and I dedicate this speech to him. He will never hear this, but he is someone who believed in me. In fact, who is the one who believed in me the most at the times when I failed. And to my friends, HS 24 years was the blood, soul, heart, and strength behind every achievement of me. And they will be there, they are there, they were there for every moment to cheer for me. Thank you, my dear friends. Last but not the least are my professors. I have looked up to them. They have always clarified my doubts, criticized mercilessly, sometimes to the extent of embarrassment. But if I'm standing here right now like this, I can say truly that every words of you, every criticism, every comments, every encouragement was worth. And as our chief guest said about Vivekananda, what Vivekananda expounded was a concept of Advaita, that he addressed the people in America as my dear brothers and sisters. Someone from India going to America and treating them as brothers and sisters. In Malayalam, there is a novelist, short story writer, who is so close to almost every Malayali. His name is Bashir. When you ask him, what is 1 plus 1? His answer was never, it's 2. But he said, 1 plus 1 is a bigger one. ഒന്നും ഒന്നും ചേർന്നാൽ ഇമ്മിണി വലിയൊരൊന്നാകും. The underscore or the thought behind that is, you, me, everyone is one. And we are stepping out to the world from the classes that we feel safe. We were not exposed to realities yet. We were bathing, we were drizzling, we were enjoying the realm of theories. We were living in a world of fiction. Our characters were more or less from novels. And when we read post-colonialism, we will think, okay, we are liberationists. When we read feminism, we are against all patriarchal forces. But it is more or less was inside the classroom. Now we are stepping out to the world. A world where children are massacred. A world where women are losing their wombs only to get works in the fields. A world where madmen are having power in their hands. A world where new hope and new love is facing their scarcity. Maybe as our chief guest said, the people in India, the youth in India can emerge as a hope. Stating one thing, you, me, irrespective of the caste, religion, faith, political ideology you believe in, we are one, we will be the hope. Thank you.
Lakshmi will be reading your names. Please proceed sequentially to receive your degrees.
Firstly, the PhD students. R. Kavita. Jayaraj Geeta. Subdika M.
Sorry.
Neetu S. Biju. Sandeep Kumar. Lini Jolly. Praveen Parasar. Krishna Raj. Catherine Shilpa X. Melody Mangai Mavi. Rahul Pillai. Sadhana Swayamsida. Varna Venugopal. Pratapita. Gorpade Atul Sukhdev. Arindam Nandi. L. Divya Bharati. Amnit P. Kumar. Deepika P. Rajat Pal. Suryanandana. Vaikundanath Sahu. Sherazad Sarosh Dastur. Moving on to the graduating IMA students, Sumit Arovan. Lara Matthew Thomas. M. Abhirami. Aditya P. PV Aditi. Ayman Nasim. Aishwarya CV. Alvin Tom. Anushka Sanjeev Rabha. Aravind M. Arya Jayan Dao. Asha T. Ashwini Enya K. Bandaru Nitya. Devarakonda Yashwant. Devika B. Divakar Kumar. Eva Maria Johnson. Garima Sane. Gayatri Vipin. Hiba Fatima. Himanshu Kumar. Joseph Kumar Guttila. Kripa Rose Matthew. Lalita A. Y. Lakshmi Samhita. Meenakshi Anup. Meenakshi Nayak. Meenakshi Rajiv. Nabita B. Nancy Veeranapu. Nandita Shankar. Nidan Ali Bashir. Niranjana M. Pooja Sumarani. Punya R. Krishnan. Rahul Manohar. Sapan Kumar Tripathi. Shaikh Nazima Banu. Sneha Maria Tijo. Swati Suresh. Tejashwini Harshvardhan Jagtap. Nandita Anil. Yes, Santosh Mohan. Lakshmi Yalini. Kulkarni Mrinmayi Nikhil. Ritika Verma. D. Pooja. Samyukta PR. Utkarsh Upadhyay. Santom J. Joseph. Naripi Reddy Anuramya Durgashri. Next we have the graduating master students of English Studies. Aditi SR. Ashwati Alapat. Badra Pramod. Bansode Dakshata Uttam. Elizabeth John. Govinda Oja. Harita Balu. Kanishka Varshini R. Lakshmi Suresh. Meena Loshini Priya D. Nandana CN. Paramita Deka. Riya Sajan. Rudransh Kantaria. Satyapriya. Selin Reggie. Srijani Ghosh. Tushar Navani. K.R. Uttara Raji. Vasuki R. Next, I call upon the graduating students with Masters in Development Studies. Abdul Razik. Abdullah Sarfraz K. Ananya Iyer. Anshira KK. Apurva Sudhir. Deepa H. Hemdev. Deep Jyoti Sharma. Fiona Olivero. Garima Satpuri. Gaurav Kumar Pandey. Gayatri V. Neenu Elza Zakaria. Prem Raj. Rakapu Sanjay. Ritik Kumar Sinha. Sunidhi Lohar. Chaudhary Vishal Kisan. Vivek Divedi. Zumana Hazarika. Moving on to graduating students with Masters in Economics, Akansha Dhyaneshwar Sarvade. Aniket Kumar. Arun Kumar J. Guruvu Mokshagna Teja. Kushbu Verma.
I'll use the washroom and come. I'll ask me. Wait, I'll do it.
Maitreya Gaikwad. Nangtiba, thank you. Nirit Anugra Kuju. Ankit. Rishabh Sachdev. Ria Mondal. Shafia Fatima Khan. Vishaka Thakur. Shriya Marelapudi. Guru Mokshagna Teja.
National anthem. Okay. Vande Mataram, national anthem.
I request the head to present a memento from the director to the esteemed chief guest Sri Swaminathan Gurumurthy. Everyone please be seated. Everyone please be seated. I request everyone to please rise for Vande Mataram and National Anthem.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Shasya Shyamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitayamini Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini Sukhadam Varadam Mataram Vande Mataram Koti Koti Kantha Kal Kal Ninad Karale Koti Koti Bhuje Dhrit Kar Karwale Abla Kinuma Ito Bale Bahu Baladharinim Namami Tarinim Ripudalvarinim Mataram Vande Mataram. Tumi Vidya, Tumi Dharma, Tumi Hridi, Tumi Marma, Tvam hi Pranah Sharire, Bahute Tumi Ma Shakti, Hridaye Tumi Ma Bhakti, महिमा गौरी मंदिरे मंदिरे वंदे मातरम। त्वं हि दुर्गा दश प्रहरणधारिणी कमला कमलदल विहारिणी वाणी विद्यादायिनी नमामि त्वां नमामि कमलाम् अमलाम् अतुलां सुजलां सुफलां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्। श्यामलां सरलां सुष्मितां भूषितां धरणीं भरणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्। जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाता जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
The departmental degree distribution program has now come to an end. Thank you everyone for your presence. Hearty congratulations to all the graduates. We wish you the best for the years ahead and hope to see you during your future visits to the campus. Please collect your food as you leave.
Please collect your refreshments at the entrance.